For our final blending technique that we'll use with colored pencils today, we need to first review what complementary colors are and how we use those to create shadows. If we look at this color wheel on the left, you can see that we have complementary color pairs: red, green, orange, blue, and yellow, violet. When we mix complementary colors together, we get neutrals. Neutrals are our browns and our grays. We can use those to create shadows. We need to understand the difference between a shade and a shadow. I know those words are very close together, so it can sometimes be confusing. A shade is when we add black to a color and it completely makes it a different color. When we are creating shadow, we are adding colors together and neutralizing them, meaning that they are less intense, and therefore we are creating shadow. Now we should be ready to actually use our colored pencils to create a shadow using complementary color pairs. You can see in this example, I'm using yellow as my primary color and violet as my secondary color to show and demonstrate the use of neutrals or shadows in art. I've already filled in my yellow with nice multiple layers and nice vertical movements, and I filled in my purple the same way. So much like we did with our blending on our analogous color scheme, we're going to start out with the primary color. And I'm going to start getting in those layers there. You can see again, pulling a little bit farther back, staying inside those lines and paying attention so I can get a nice and good and neutral happening. So notice as I fill this in, the few layers of yellow, so I've got a good base for my shadow. Now I'm going to take my purple and violet, and I'm going to add in a light layer on top. You'll notice it doesn't look directly violet or purple. You can see that those two colors are blending together as we see the two layers interacting together. You may notice that coloring and coloring appropriately with layers might take a little bit more time, but your results will be much more interesting and your artwork will be elevated. Coloring can either help or hinder your art. It can be what takes it over the top to look really good, or it can be the thing that makes it not look as nice because we didn't take our time. So I've got a few layers there. I'm going to stop, finish layering this so you can see what a finished section will look like. As you can see here, I've taken a few minutes and I've actually taken more layers so that we can have a good shadow of yellow. You can see that as we do this, yellow is less intense and the violet does not simply shine through as violet. What this does for us is create a shadow. So anytime you were trying to create something like a yellow object that was in shadow, you would be able to add some purple to it, neutralizing that color by making a neutral. So remember the difference between a shadow and a shade. A shade is when we add black and it makes it a different color. We should never use black to create shadow because we need to neutralize the color and make it less intense by using its complement.